friends, I am Deeptayon. Welcome to our channel edu.com. In this video, we will be resuming our discussion on circulatory system. So, without further delay, let's start. So, in our earlier video, we already had discussed about blood and its primary components. So, in this video, we are starting with the blood vessels. So, what do we mean by the term blood vessels? Generally, the vessels that carries blood is known as blood vessels. Blood vessels are branched tubes extending from heart to all parts of the body. There are three kinds of blood vessels in our body, namely arteries, veins, and capillaries. The arteries. Arteries carries blood away from the heart. मतलब arteries blood को heart से different parts of the body तक carry करता है. They generally carry more oxygenated blood, exception pulmonary artery. ये जो आर्टरी है ये मोर ऑक्सीजनेटेड ब्लड कैरी करता है, मतलब जिस ब्लड में ज्यादा ऑक्सीजन का लेवल है उस टाइप ऑफ ब्लड ये कैरी करता है. इसमें एक एक्सेप्शन है पल्मोनरी आर्टरी, जिसके बारे में जब हम हार्ट पढ़ेंगे विस्तारित हमें तब जानने को मिलेगा. दे हैव थिक मस्कुलर वॉल्स एंड नैरो लुमेन. आर्टरीज का जो मस्कुलर वॉल्स है वो बहुत थिक होता है और लुमेन या कैविटी जहाँ से ब्लड पास होता है वो नैरो है. They carry blood under pressure and blood flows in jerks. They are deeply situated. So this is the TS section of artery, and now we will be discussing about its layers. So point 1 is the outermost layer of artery. It is known as tunica externa. The point 2 is the middle portion of artery and it is known as tunica media. Point 3 is known as the tunica interna or tunica intima. It is the innermost layer. Then point 4 is the endothelial cells, and point 5 is the lumen or the cavity through which the blood passes. Next we come to veins. Veins carries blood towards the heart. मतलब ये जो blood vessel है vein, ये blood को heart की तरफ ले आता है. They generally carry more deoxygenated blood, exception pulmonary vein. अब ये जो veins है ये more deoxygenated blood कैरी करता है, मतलब जिस blood में ऑक्सीजन का लेवल कम है उस टाइप ऑफ ब्लड ये ज्यादा कैरी करता है. एक्सेप्शन है पल्मोनरी वेन, जिसके बारे में जब हम हार्ट पढ़ेंगे विस्तारित हमें तब जानने को मिलेगा. दे हैव थिन लेस मस्कुलर वॉल्स एंड वाइड लुमेन. इसका जो मस्कुलर वॉल है ये थिन है और लुमेन बहुत ही वाइड है. ब्लड फ्लो स्मूथली थ्रू देम. Veins have valves to prevent backflow of blood. This is a very important point, mind you. They are superficially placed. So this is the TS section of the vein, and again as we did in artery we will be discussing about its layer. The point 1 is as same as that in the artery. Point 1 is the outermost layer. It is known as the tunica externa. The point 2 is the middle portion known as is the innermost portion, innermost layer known as tunica intima or tunica interna. Point 4 is endothelial cells, and point 5 is the lumen or the cavity through which blood passes. Next we come to the capillaries. They carry blood from arterioles to small veins or venules. अब ये जो कैपिलरी है ये जनरल टर्म में हम कह सकते हैं कि आर्टरी और वेन ये दो ब्लड वेसल को ज्वाइन करता है. नीचे आप फिगर है ये आप देख सकते हो कि एक तरफ आर्टरी है और एक तरफ वेन है. इस दोनों को कैपिलरी ज्वाइन कर रहा है. The wall of capillaries is formed of a single layer of endothelial cells. ये जब हम इसके बाद स्लाइड में जब इसका TS देखेंगे तभी हमको समझ में आ जाएगा. Food and oxygen diffuses out of the capillary wall into the tissue fluid. ये हमने पहले पिछले वीडियो में ऑलरेडी लर्न किए हुए. ये फूड और ऑक्सीजन जो है ये कैपिलरी वॉल से डिफ्यूज आउट होकर टिश्यू फ्लूइड पर चला जाता है. वहां से वो हर सेल को ऑक्सीजन और न्यूट्रिएंट्स प्रोवाइड करता है. कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड एंड नाइट्रोजनस वेस्ट diffuses from cell to tissue fluid and from there to blood through capillary wall. WBC carries out diabetes through the capillary wall. So this is the TS section of capillary. We will be discussing about its layer. As mentioned in the previous slide, it has only one layer of endothelial cell. It has been marked as point 1, and point 2 is the lumen or the cavity through which the blood passes. So now we are probably in the most important section of the chapter, that is the human heart or the pumping organ. So its location is at the center between two lungs and above diaphragm. Its weight is about 300 gram in adult human being. Heart rate is about 72 times per minute. Heart sound is lub due to closing of cuspid valves and dub due to closing of semilunar valves. अब ये cuspid valve क्या है, ये semilunar valves क्या है, ये जब हम हार्ट के स्ट्रक्चर के बारे में पढ़ेंगे तब आपको ये विस्तारित जानने को मिलेगा. Now we will be talking about the valves present inside our heart. The tricuspid valve, it is located between right auricle and right ventricle. ये जो ट्राइकस्पिड वाल्व है ये राइट ऑरिकल और राइट वेंट्रिकल के बीच में रहता है. बाइकस्पिड वाल्व लोकेटेड बिटवीन लेफ्ट ऑरिकल एंड लेफ्ट वेंट्रिकल. और अब देखिए आप ट्राइकस्पिड वाल्व और ये बाइकस्पिड वाल्व, इन दोनों को हम एक साथ कस्पिड वाल्व बोलते हैं. अब ये जब ये दोनों वाल्व एक साथ क्लोज होता है तब वो लब साउंड होता है. पल्मोनरी सेमिलुनर वाल्व, इट इज लोकेटेड ऑन द ओपनिंग ऑफ पल्मोनरी आर्टरी. ये पल्मोनरी सेमिलुनर वाल्व पल्मोनरी आर्टरी के ओपनिंग में स्थित है. एओर्टिक सेमिलुनर वाल्व वैसे ही एओर्टा के ओपनिंग में स्थित है. अब ये दोनों वाल्व पल्मोनरी सेमिलुनर वाल्व और एओर्टिक सेमिलुनर वाल्व को एक साथ हम सेमिलुनर वाल्व के नाम से भी जानते हैं. जब ये दोनों एक साथ क्लोज होता है तब डब साउंड होता है, जो हम प्रीवियस स्लाइड में पढ़ चुके हैं. Tibiaceous valve, it is located on the opening of the coronary sinus. अब ये coronary sinus क्या है, ये भी हम जब हार्ट के स्ट्रक्चर के बारे में पढ़ेंगे तब हमें विस्तारित जानने को मिलेगा. Eustachian valve on the opening of inferior vena cava. Haversian valve present on the opening of vena cava, superior vena cava. So now this is the figure of a mammalian myogenic heart. It has 4 chambers. Upper 2 chambers 1 and 2 are known as right auricle and left auricle respectively, and the lower 2 chambers 3 and 4 are known as right ventricle and left ventricle respectively. Auricles are called receiving chambers and ventricles are called distributing chambers. 5 and 6 are the superior and inferior vena cava that brings deoxygenated blood to right auricle. Also, a series of coronary veins collect deoxygenated blood from heart muscles and join to form coronary sinus, which opens at point 7. Point 8 is known as coronary sulcus or coronary groove that demarcates auricles from ventricles. Point 9 is the tricuspid valve that prevents backflow of blood from right ventricle to right auricle. Point 13 is the bicuspid valve that prevents backflow of blood from left ventricle to left auricle. They are held in position by some cord-like structures that are known as chordae tendineae that has been marked as point 10 to prevent them from being forced into the auricles during ventricular contraction. Chordae tendineae are attached to the papillary muscles of the ventricles that has been pointed as point 11. Point 12 is the interventricular septum. Point 14 is the pulmonary semilunar valve. Point 15 is the aortic semilunar valve. Both are situated to prevent backflow of blood from their respective arteries. Now, these two can be collectively termed as semilunar valves. Point 16. Point 17 is the pulmonary artery that carries deoxygenated blood to the lungs for oxygenation. Point 18 is aorta that sends oxygenated blood to all parts of the body. The upper 3 branches supplies blood to bronchiocephalic 19, left subclavian point 20 and left common carotid point 21. The aorta descends down to provide blood to inferior section of the body. Now it is known as dorsal aorta, point 22. Point 23 are the pulmonary veins that brings oxygenated blood from lungs to left auricle. The entire heart is protected by a membranous sac called pericardium, point 24. Parietal and visceral layers, and between them there is a pericardial fluid to protect the heart from any type of mechanical injury or shocks. Point 25 is the cardiac wall which has three layers: outermost epicardium, myocardium, and the innermost endocardium. The lowest portion of the heart is called the heart apex. It hits the fifth rib to create the sound we feel while touching our chest. Note, it is not the real heart using stethoscope. Now, as you are well acquainted with the structure of the heart, now we will be discussing about the blood circulation occurring inside the heart. Here in this figure, I have tried to depict the deoxygenated blood with red color and the more oxygenated blood as the green color. So in the left portion of the screen you can see that the deoxygenated blood enters the right auricle via superior and inferior vena cava and from the opening of the coronary sinus. Now with the opening of the tricuspid valve, the blood accumulates in the right ventricle and from there it is pumped to the lungs via pulmonary artery for oxygenation. Now the oxygenated blood from the lungs returns back to the heart, or to the left auricle to be precise, via pulmonary veins. Now with the opening of the bicuspid valve, the oxygenated blood accumulates in the left ventricle and from there it is pumped to different parts of the body via aorta. So this is the entire circulation process that is occurring inside the heart. I hope you all have understood it, and if you have any type of doubt, you can ask us in the comment section. Now we will be discussing about double circulation. So before we read this, we will just try to understand it with the help of a diagram. So what is double circulation? As the name suggests, since the blood circulates twice inside the heart, it is called double circulation. The first circulation that occurs is the pulmonary circulation. With the name only you can understand that the circulation is occurring between the heart and the lungs. Yes, it is that circulation in which the blood is pumped from the right ventricle to the lungs via pulmonary artery for oxygenation, and from there from lungs the oxygenated blood is pumped back to the heart via pulmonary vein. So this total circulation occurring between the lungs and the heart is known as pulmonary circulation. Now the oxygenated blood that has arrived in the left auricle of the heart, from there it moves to the left ventricle, and from there starts another circulation, that is the systemic circulation. In this circulation, the left ventricle pumps the blood through aorta to different parts of the body, and from different parts of the body the deoxygenated blood comes back to the right auricle via superior and inferior vena cava. So this circulation occurring between the heart and the rest of the body is known as systemic circulation. As the blood moves twice, so now we will try to see what they have given here. Blood in our body flows through two independent circulations, pulmonary circulations and systemic circulations. Pulmonary circulation, in case of pulmonary circulation, the deoxygenated blood from the right auricle is transferred to the right ventricle. From there it is sent to lungs for oxygenation via pulmonary arteries. After oxygenation, the blood returns back into the left auricle via pulmonary veins. Now in systemic circulation, the oxygenated blood from left auricle is transferred to the left ventricle, from where it is distributed to all parts of the body via aorta. Again, from all parts of the body, deoxygenated blood returns into the right auricle via vena cava. I hope you don't have any problem with this. So we are moving ahead to cardiac cycle. So this cardiac cycle, it has been divided into three phases: the atrial systole, the ventricular systole, and the complete cardiac diastole. So before starting this, I would like to tell you that systole means contraction and diastole means relaxation. So in cardiac cycle, what happens, the first phase is the atrial systole or the auricular systole. It is the condition in which both the auricles contract to pump the blood into both the ventricles. It lasts for about 0.1 to 0.15 seconds. The next phase that comes in is the ventricular systole. It is the phase in which both the ventricles contract to pump the blood to different parts of the body. If it is left ventricle, it will pump the oxygenated blood to all parts of the body, and if it is the right ventricle, then it will pump the deoxygenated blood to the lungs for oxygenation. Both the ventricles will be contracting at the same period, and this ventricular systole lasts for about 0.3 seconds. Now the last phase and the most important probably is the complete cardiac diastole. It is the phase in which the total heart relaxes as the ventricle relaxes and the auricle also relaxes, and the blood starts pouring into the auricles. It lasts for about 0.4 seconds. So the total sequence of cardiac cycle is completed in about 0.8 seconds. Now we will be talking about another important system in our body, about the hepatic portal system. So we will try to understand it with the help of this diagram at first. So you can see that the blood from capillaries of digestive tracts like that of the stomach, intestine and pancreas does not return back to the heart directly. Instead, they move via liver. So these capillaries of digestive tract, stomach, intestine, pancreas and spleen, they form a separate vein known as the hepatic portal vein that moves to the liver and then they ramifies into capillaries. In the liver, it diffuses all the digested food in the hepatic cells for storage and metabolism. After diffusion of those digested food, the capillaries again reunite to form the hepatic veins, and then the veins reunite with the inferior vena cava, which ultimately leads to the right auricle. So this total system that occurs is known as the hepatic portal system. Now we will see what it has been written over here. The veins that collect blood from different parts of the alimentary canal, spleen and pancreas do not open directly into the inferior vena cava as we have seen in the diagram. Instead they join to form hepatic portal vein. It carries blood with digested food to liver where it breaks into capillaries. The digested food collected by blood from intestine is received by hepatic cells for storage and metabolism. These capillaries then rejoin to form a pair of hepatic veins. The hepatic veins open into the upper part of the inferior vena cava and finally into the right auricle. So that was all from my side in this video. Hope you have enjoyed watching this. Would be delighted if you give a big thumbs up to this video. You can drop your views or any doubts in the comment section. And if you are new to this channel, please subscribe and hit the bell icon for further educational updates. Thank you.